Don't have a presentation, but my name is Manik Thapar, and I am the founder of EcoWise Waste Management, which is a company that's primarily in the business of transportation, collection, segregation, and pre-processing of industrial and commercial waste. I will give you a brief about what we do and where we are present. We started off almost 20 years ago when there was hardly any privatization in this business. So ours is one of the few, one of the earliest companies in this sector. We started off in the city of Noida, and today as an organization that is servicing primarily and only the private sector, we are present in across 15 cities across our great nation. I will tell you, I want to talk about three things that concern me that I have seen in the last 2 decades of working in this industry, in this sector. First is that there's a massive challenge with policy in this particular sector. And I feel that the challenge over here is that we are relying too much on the likes of KPMG and the big 5 auditing companies to start directing our ministries to take a direction and move towards a policy regime which is not really right for our country. There are ample amount of individuals available in our country who can actually sit and guide and tell the government what direction we need to take. Unfortunately, that is not happening. I will not talk about the reasons because I'm pretty sure that everybody over here understands what reasons there are behind this. The second thing that I would like to talk about is the tipping fee model, and in the previous session somebody had spoken about the tipping fee model. The tipping fee model basically is a model where the government of India and municipalities, and again just going back briefly, I'll take 2 minutes to give you a history of this. This has been developed by the World Bank and by USAID. This is based on an American model of tipping waste into the landfills. A tipping fee model basically incentivizes private contractors to collect waste and keep dumping it into landfill sites because they get paid on a per kilogram basis. There is no incentive to recover anything from the waste to a lot of these private waste management companies. So they're not waste management companies, they're waste logistics companies because they're transporting waste from place A to place B. And they end up getting paid tremendous amounts of money. In fact, in a lot of places you will see their trucks parked and you will see that construction debris is being loaded onto these trucks and then being dumped into the landfill. And I have written close to around 400 to 500 emails to the Prime Minister himself and to various ministers within our government. And I have suggested and I've given suggestions based on something called the reverse tipping fee model, which means that if you dump on public land, because it is public land, it is taxpayers' money that is funding all of this, then you pay something called the reverse tipping fee, where you pay the government money to dump waste on public land. The third thing that, and I won't take too much time, the third thing that I have been a big proponent of is that of providing this sector industry status. Even though the government of India and under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi, the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan has been very vocal, and there's been a lot of marketing and advertising that has gone behind trying to change people's perception towards this sector. The problem is that we still view this from a very different lens. We still have a very feudal mindset towards waste management as a sector and towards people who are working within this sector. And of course, 90% of the sector remains unorganized, whether it's e-waste, whether it's plastic, whether it's collection, whether it's whatever you take in this sector, 90% of that is almost unorganized, except if you look at hazardous waste and chemical waste. So bringing those three things together, I think the sector as a whole has tremendous potential to generate massive amount of employment. It has tremendous potential to add to the country's GDP. and also Atmanirbhar Bharat, which is a flagship model of our government. Again, sorry, excuse me, could you, hello, can you tap him on his shoulder? Gupta ji, school mein. So what I'm trying to say is that the sector has tremendous potential to do a lot of these, to deliver on the Atmanirbhar Bharat campaign also, because this gentleman over here, Mr. Chaudhary, would probably agree with me that even though e-waste is being collected, majority of the e-waste is still being handled by the unorganized sector. Even organized players like him are not doing recycling. It is all getting exported abroad. And then a country like ours, who imports so much gold into the country, is actually sending out gold and importing gold back in again. So there are a lot of these issues and challenges, and I'll leave it at that. Thank you.